Hey y'all, it's Niku. Welcome to the senior video. I'm going to ask the seniors 3 questions, which are what's your favorite show, what's your favorite band memory, and what are you going to miss most about band. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And stay tuned for bloopers. What was your favorite marching show?
Inverted.
What's your favorite band memory?
When we advanced to BOA finals, I remember that was a great moment for me because I was focusing along with the band and working hard with them under high temperatures for a really long time.
What are you going to miss about band?
The experience and the community surrounding the band, like the directors and how we practice a lot for our show, and the friends.
What was your favorite marching show?
Probably To The Summit, but at the same time I really like Inverted, so To The Summit.
To the summit.
What was your favorite band memory?
Okay, so my favorite band memory was when I was a sophomore during second semester. Niku and I had the same Algebra 2 class, and we were just got out of the class and we were walking to the band hall, but then we don't really know where to go, so we went to the back, like where all the percussion annex, like just that area, and we were just there hanging out with a bunch of friends. And then I reached in my backpack to look for something, and I pulled out my keys. So this pink thing is actually a pepper spray, and I was like, oh okay, I found it. So and then when Niku saw it, she was like, oh my gosh, is that a pepper spray? Have you used it? And I was like, no. And she just took it from me. She opened it and she sprayed it on the floor. Yeah, it was really bad because it stained that area of the floor, so there was a really bright orange streak, but we can't really do anything about it because it was just so strong and it filled up the entire room. Everyone started sneezing, and then one of our friends, Juhi, she just happened to walk by and then she was sneezing really badly, so that lasted for like 5 to 10 minutes. And then later on, we tried to get a paper towel and water to clean it up, but we can't really clean as much because it stained the floor. So in the future, if you were somewhere back there and you saw like a red and orange streak, that's probably my pepper spray. So
My favorite band memory was we were on the way to Midland, and it was like everyone was asleep, and it happened to be my birthday, so I randomly woke up because my cousins were calling, and then I turned around, and this child was talking in his sleep in 5 different languages, actually probably like 3. It was weird, and it went on for a long time.
What are you going to miss most about band?
I guess definitely the Friday football games, because the college I'll be attending doesn't have football, so that will be a really sad part. And like putting on uniforms, getting ready for competitions, and just like Friday run through, that was just really fun for some reason. And although I do complain about like band rehearsals a lot, but I would definitely miss it just because you're able to hang out with the people that you like, do the things you like, and yeah.
Yeah, same goes for me. The football game, I don't even like football, but the part I look forward to the most at the end of the game was the Friday night football games, and hanging out with the not just bass clarinets but other low reeds, and just switching up our seats every time, and getting the march of the week, like almost falling down the podium every time.
What's your favorite marching show?
My favorite marching show was The Next Chapter.
Mine was also the next chapter.
What was your favorite band memory?
There was a time on the way to, was it Midland, right? Not Connor. Yeah, Midland, where we had these sandwiches. And Katie Kepper didn't want her cheese, and so she took it out of the sandwich and just like ripped it into a bunch of pieces. And she like threw it at someone, and then someone threw it at someone else, and all these pieces started like appearing everywhere. There was like one on the window and like one of the seats. And then like I was talking to someone like behind her, and she threw one and like slapped me on the face. But then like 5 minutes later, she threw another one at me and hit my eye. So Katie Kepper.
My favorite memory was from The Next Chapter when we were like learning drill. Me and Katie, good girl from last year who graduated, we'd have these chalk wars where we throw chalk at each other and try to play hacky sack with pieces of chalk. I'm pretty sure I hit a few band members, so I'm sorry if I hit you.
What are you going to miss most about band?
The people coming to the band hall every day, seeing these people every day, talking to the directors, talking to my friends. Like next year I'm not gonna have all that, so I'm really gonna miss it. Oh, I'm also gonna miss spinning because I don't know if I'm gonna get the chance to spin after high school. So.
I guess I'll miss the people.
What was your favorite show?
I like Inverted the most. It was the most musically interesting.
What is it called? Cityscapes. I like Cityscapes.
Okay.
Inverted.
Yeah, my favorite show is also Inverted.
What was your favorite band memory?
Sophomore year, I think it was either lunch or in between like getting the results for a contest. It was raining and Ivan was like, "Hey, you guys think I can run down the sidewalk and back without getting wet?" And he goes and he sprints down the sidewalk. He's got his hand in his pocket holding his phone, and then he gets to the grass and just flips and hits his back and runs back, and he's just soaked.
Alright, my favorite band memory was probably freshman year. We were at the school waiting to go to a competition. It got delayed or something, and we decided to play sardines. And so we were all playing sardines hiding, and I think, who was it, Nick or Caleb was in the bathroom?
Caleb was in the bathroom.
Caleb was in the bathroom, and we were all getting on the bus, and he was still in the bathroom, so they had to...
The girls' bathroom.
He was in the girls' bathroom. So I had to run in there and go get him. We were the last two on the bus, like they were about to leave us there. Oh god, that was so funny.
My favorite memory was this year at a football game. I was like retaping a stick or something, so I wasn't like right at my drum. And Ivan starts yelling, "Oh, touchdown, touchdown, do fight song!" And so I turn to Alex, and I tell Alex, do the tap off, because he's got sticks, he's right there. So he does the 4 hits, and then we all realized that it was the other team that scored, and everybody in the band was turned back looking at us, and we had no idea what was going on. And Ivan and some of the basses were just cracking up at us, and Dimasali like glared at us and was like super pissed off.
Ivan was playing Pudding Pop on his bass drum, and halfway through the song, going super hard, gets his whole mallet through the bass head and has to pull his arm back out. Has no idea what's going on. We finish Pudding Pop without a bass 5, and then everyone's just so excited and freaking out. Ivan picks up his bass drum and holds it above his head like, I don't even know, like a caveman or something, with a huge rip going all the way down his head, just screaming. And like the parents section was looking at us, and so was the student section. It was a fun game.
What are you gonna miss about band?
The band hall and all those areas are like a nice little hangout, and I'm gonna miss like just having a place to chill during school and during band events.
I'm gonna miss the drumline babies, I think. Like all the freshmen that were on drumline, they've come like a long way. But I'm also gonna miss, using the instruments, because then once we're gone, we kind of have to like buy our own.
Dempsey.
Oh, Dempsey.
Save Dempsey.
Oh yeah, Dempsey.
Bring back Dempsey.
I'm gonna miss just making all the memories, just having an outlet just to make so many memories. That's so much fun.
What was your favorite show?
You go first, Mark.
Inverted was definitely the hardest one and the most interesting one.
Inverted was the most challenging, but the most rewarding one, so it was the best one.
Inverted was fun.
Is there any other show called Inverted?
What was your favorite memory?
So Brandon Park was gonna go buy some like shoes because we go to like a symphony, and he didn't have any like formal shoes. So we went to Macy's, even though we were supposed to use the restroom. We had like 20 minutes, and so this guy's trying on shoes, and he's just like taking forever. And so David was sick. David Sanchez was sick, so he was using the restroom. So I was like trying to go get him, and everyone was waiting in the elevator. Well, Brandon leaves to go use the restroom as I'm getting David in the elevator, and then he's running at us and with the pair of shoes that he bought, and we left him. And then we had like 3 minutes to be back before check-in, so we left him at Macy's, and then he had to find his way back to the square that we were gathering at.
Okay, so my favorite memory was in my sophomore year, and I was with Noah, and that was the year we had Mr. Kesselrain as a student teacher, and we were playing our Star Wars music kind of loud, and 2 trumpets blasting Star Wars music wasn't very appealing to Demiselli with his office door open. And so he closed it, kind of angry. And then Mr. Cusseray noticed, and he said, hey, you guys should go and blast the music right in front of his door. And we were like, all right, cool, because we're just sophomores and dumb, right? And so we go up to the door, and he gives us a signal, and we blast it. And as soon as that happens, he opens the door, and he was just in a fit of rage, and in his eyes I could just see like nukes and bombs going off, and that was it. It was really fun. Mr. Cusseray took the blame for us.
So freshman year, Onsley, old band director, didn't want to teach, so he had another person who was a little weird. And Onsley saw John, the guy, a little bit weird, riding on boats on a piece of music. So he told John to go up to the front of the class and teach the entire class about boats. And he went through all the ages of boats.
The entire history of boats.
Entire history, from flying boats to boats in the water. All the boats. It was the best.
During my off period, I took Lyndon to the dollar store. We bought some, like, those guns that have the sticky things on it, and it was basically just a dart gun. And so during flex, we were shooting them at everyone that would come into the brass locker room. And closer to the end of flex, we decided to wait for Champagne to walk into the office. So eventually Champagne walked into the office, but no one else did anything. So the second he walked out and looked at me, I shot myself in the head with the dart gun, and it was really funny.
What are you gonna miss most about band?
I'm gonna really miss the brotherhood of band. Just everybody, you know everybody in band. Everybody there you can trust and really rely on.
It's like a family, and I mean, no other program I'm part of, like ROTC or anything, has a family bond that's as tight as band. Like I would give up anything for anybody in band, basically. You know, it's like we're just real family. Even though like, you know, like Niku's not weird and I'm weird. Well, she's weird in her own way, but like I would give up a lot for her, and I would give up for Mario and anyone else. So you know.
Okay. I'm gonna miss band a lot, mainly because it's like a second home, and when you have that aspect taken out of your life, it's just like, yeah, I can go regular home, or I can go goof off with my friends while playing an instrument and have a lot of fun doing it for 4 years straight. And then after those 4 years, you realize, man, I never want to stop doing that. So it's not like taken right away, but it's a build-up you have to accept. One thing I miss about band is these guys and just all the dumb stuff we do all the time.
What was your favorite guard and band show?
It would have to be all of the ones this year, Inverted and By What We Give.
What was your favorite guard memory?
In Ohio, after we performed finals, and we came up and Chelsea called us up for a group hug, and we all just started crying, and it was the best thing ever, that feeling. And I'm happy like Flo Martin captured that video, so I can constantly like watch it forever.
What are you gonna miss most about guard?
I'm gonna miss the people. I've made so many like close friends, and the people definitely are what made this year the best that it's been.
What's your favorite guard/band show?
My favorite band show is Cityscapes, and my favorite guard show is By What We Give.
My favorite band show is To the Summit, and my favorite guard show is By What We Give.
My favorite band show is To the Summit, and my favorite winter guard show was Discovery, because I was on Flying Line.
My favorite band show is Inverted, and my favorite winter show is By What We Give.
What's your favorite guard memory?
My favorite guard memory was the night we got home from state, and Mr. McCarthy had lost his ID key that you used to get into the school, and we were sitting there at like 3 a.m. in like the horseshoe off area, and there was people sleeping in the benches, and I took a video, and Danielle told me not to take a video, but I still have it. And then McCarthy told us that he couldn't find his key, and so we had to put everything back onto the U-Haul, and everyone went home.
We were at Denton, and me and Libby ran across. We were in a hotel, and we ran across all of the rooms and we knocked on everybody's door, and then we ran back into our room. So we pranked everybody, but then we realized that there was a door downstairs, so we went, or down the elevator thing. So we went in the elevator and we went downstairs, and we ran and we knocked on their door, and we ran back, and there was a freshman, Ainsley, and we ran into the elevator and we kept pressing the button to like close it, and then we hear her like violently sprinting towards the elevator, and
Kind of like a dinosaur.
and it was the scariest thing.
Yeah, we were like slouched on the ground, like
Crying because we didn't know who it was.
Okay. My favorite band memory would be the time that we went to New York, and I had been talking about going on the Ferris wheel, the indoor Ferris wheel in Toys R Us, like before we even went. Like it was on my to-do list. Like I was so excited for it. And when we had been there, I had started this thing where I do like Y scales, where you like lift your leg up I'm wearing shorts, all over New York. And so I was like, you know, it'd be cool if I did that on the Ferris wheel. I was in a car with Lila, and she was taking a picture of me. And we were going around, and as we're coming down, my leg is still up because I was like, wow, this feels nice. The lady's like, ma'am, you can't do that. Ma'am, put your leg down. Ma'am. And I was like, okay, fine. So I put my leg down. And we get like halfway up, and all of a sudden, the Ferris wheel like shifts direction. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. Like I didn't know they like went different ways. But it turns out they were going backwards to kick me off. And I wasted $7. And it wasn't even in the rule book that I couldn't do that, so.
My favorite guard memory was my junior year during book show, and it was ballad day, and all the butterflies decided to migrate through the band field, and it was beautiful. And Kat Harbor was like, you have to harness that energy and be like, use that in your ballad. And I was like, the butterflies.
What are you gonna miss most about band?
What I'm going to miss most about band/guard and all of it is, 1, having a schedule so I know when to shower, and 2, being able to say see you tomorrow like every single day. That's it.
And kids suffering in the heat.
Wait, that's a really good one.
Especially freshmen, especially when they don't know how to dance, and watching them have like someone who's like Curtis come in and teach them to dance. It's hilarious.
What I'm gonna miss the most is game day meals.
I love Chick-fil-A.
Can I change my answer?
No! What I'm gonna miss the most is hanging out with my coach, Coach D, my man, my bud. He's made me everything I am. I'm definitely his MVP, so.
What was your favorite band show?
Probably for me, it's definitely To the Summit.
Mine is in Perth.
What was your favorite band memory?
So mine was sophomore year. We went to Dallas, and we were at Six Flags, and Amy Lugo and I, we were stalking the directors because we saw them and we thought, why not? And when Champagne saw us, so we were talking with him, and then we met up with like Austin Vogelman and his group, and Champagne was like, let's go ride a roller coaster. And Austin Vogelman and Amy both really wanted to go as well. So I said, you know what, I'll tag along, I'll wait in line, and then I'll just hang out with our stuff and wait for them to get off the roller coaster, because I'm not a big fan of roller coasters. So we were in line, and all of a sudden, like, the train goes by, Champagne goes, you smell that? It smells like tar. And that was like the most out of character thing I've ever heard him say. It was hilarious, and Amy made fun of it for months. And then, so finally we get up to the roller coaster, and they all are like, Caitlin, you can't wait by yourself. You have to be with someone. So you're gonna have to get on the roller coaster with us. And I was like, nope, no thank you. And they were like, nope, you can't wait by yourself. So put your stuff in the baskets with all of our stuff, and you're gonna get on the roller coaster. And so while we're getting on the roller coaster, we're going up the first hill, someone behind us yells, you know, people have died on this roller coaster, right? I was freaking out. I didn't want to be on there, and then Amy next to me was like, I'm so sorry, Caitlin, we're gonna die. Oh, I was not a happy camper, but it turned out okay.
We were in San Francisco, and we were at the museum. I don't remember the name of the museum.
Like a Discovery Museum or something like that.
Yeah. And
Kayla and I decided to go off kind of by ourselves, and so we went up on the elevator just to see what else was there. And we found like this little area with gems, and so we're looking at all the gems, and then we see like a really big one that's encased in glass. And we kind of decided to stick our hands in it, but we were just kind of joking around. And then a voice came over and was like, "Please do not touch." And she ran off saying, "It's a joke." And it was just
I wasn't going to touch it. I was just trying to make a funny joke to get her to laugh, and then it turned out very badly.
What are you gonna miss most about band?
Seeing this little nugget every day.
what I'll miss most is her, obviously, and just all the other friends and just the family feel of the band.
What was your favorite band show?
My favorite show is To the Summit.
Oh, my favorite show was To the Summit as well.
Mine was Inverted.
Mine was also Inverted.
To the Summit.
What was your favorite band memory?
So one time, whenever we went to San Francisco, it was like the first night, and we were all sitting around this big table, and we were eating in like a warehouse. And Marta was talking about how hungry he was for the entire day. And then we were all like sitting there, and everybody was talking, and then I looked over at Eduardo, and he was like slowly eating the cubes of butter, and like he was like unwrapping them, and then he would like stick it in his knife, and then he would like stick it in his mouth and eat them super quietly and like super quickly, so nobody else would like question it. But butter.
My favorite band memory was when we went to Conroe for BOA, and we were at the mall. And there were naturally lots of people there, and I mean, Cameron, he goes, "A wedding!" But it was actually a quinceañera, and he completely disregarded the fact that the girl was 15 and she was in a pink dress. She was in a giant pink dress. But, yep. And then he said, "Well, kids marry early these days, so you never know."
Mine's kind of related to Hannah's because I think this was earlier that day in San Francisco, and we were on a ferry and we were coming back from Alcatraz Island, and Eduardo was like standing on the boat, and he was like feeling all the power from the wind in the ocean or whatever, and he goes, "My key belongs to the ocean, and I will return it to the ocean." And he just like rips it off and like jumps into the water. So if you ever want to find Eduardo's keys,
My house keys in San Francisco Bay. Oh. Still don't have it.
Okay, my favorite band memory is, so sophomore year was the first year that we had counselor, and so the very first, what are they called? Master classes. The very first master class we had with him, we had ordered pizza that day for lunch, but it came super late, and it came like whenever we had started the master class. So I asked to go to the bathroom, and then Chicken jumps up and she was like, "Wait, me too!" And so we both ran out there, and I had to like hold the door for her to go give him the tip. And we come back, and we just walk in with like a box of pizza, and counselor's like, "What in the heck? Who are these kids?" But then he ended up eating our pizza after. So.
So my favorite band memory goes back to this marching season. It was our last BOA, our last competition. Everyone was watching BOA in the band hall, and I sent a reminder to my kids because this is kind of like a tradition we built up, where we just meet up and get in a circle and we just recap this year. Except this time, it was a little emotional. I talked about the year, and I talked about just how great this percussion section was and just how lucky I was to have them for this last year. And I'm sure they remember this moment a lot. And basically, I was a little red-eyed at inspection that day. It meant a lot to me, and I think that memory I'll cherish in my later years when I'm thinking back on bands. And so thanks percussion for being here. And
What are you gonna miss most about band?
I'm gonna miss all my friends and like all of the people in band.
I'm gonna miss all the connections I've made and like the deep, genuine human relationships I've made with people.
I'm gonna miss spending as much time with all my friends.
I'm gonna miss all the weird band kids, because like you can walk into the band hall at any given day and like there's something weird going on. There's like some people standing in a circle like talking about something stupid, but it's always funny because they're like all weird together.
Definitely the people, but also I love to perform as well because you're sharing music and passion with other people without even knowing. It's pretty cool.
What's your favorite marching show?
Okay, my favorite marching show would be this past year, Inverted.
What's your favorite band memory?
My favorite band memory within marching would kind of just be like just watching all my friends do silly things like on the bus, as for concert, just hearing Champagne attempt to be funny.
What are you gonna miss about band?
I'm gonna miss like a lot of the people that I've kind of met over my time with the band, as well as just like kind of missing the directors.
What was your favorite marching show?
My favorite marching show was To the Summit.
What was your favorite band memory?
My favorite band memory was when it was Cupcake Day this year, and I was eating my cupcake in the band hall, and then I turned around and I saw Caitlin shoving an entire chocolate cupcake into her mouth, and we just like stared at each other, and she continued to put it in her mouth, and we just kind of awkwardly shared a moment.
What are you gonna miss about band?
I think what I'm gonna miss about band is probably all of my senior friends in my friend group, like Mario, Noah, Caitlin, and Ashley.
What was your favorite marching show?
Inverted. Let's say Cityscapes.
What was your favorite band memory?
My favorite band memory was sophomore year. It was full orchestra UIL. So me and Mario were just hanging out outside of the sight reading room waiting to go in. And we were just striking up conversation. Out of nowhere he says, "I'm from Kenya, right?" And I looked at him and was like, "Really?" It's like, he doesn't look like he's from Kenya, And like he's like, "Yeah, my dad lived there. He speaks Swahili." I was very intrigued at this point. It's like, "Yeah, I'm 1/8 black." And honestly, I was so excited. I just high-fived him. I said, "What's up, my..." I don't know if I can say it. "What's up, my N-word?" Basically, that's what we said. And unbeknownst to us, the UIL judge was standing right there, and he just stared at us. And it was pretty awkward, but it's okay because we walked in, and I'm pretty sure we got all ones. But yeah, those are good times.
Oh, my favorite part, I had two. The one of them was a roller coaster in Corpus Christi. That was the best one. Probably the best roller coaster I ever ridden on. And the other one is probably bowling Vikram. Because yeah.
What are you gonna miss most about band?
I'm probably gonna miss the game day meals, especially when we had Bush's Chicken. Bro, I love Bush's Chicken. That's a good way to get Bush's Chicken for free.
I'm probably gonna miss my sax session in one ensemble because I don't know. Yeah, that was the only section I actually had a good time with.
Well, I'm also gonna miss those late night bus rides back home, because that's when I always find out about the new trap music. Like, we just start playing trap music. That's how I found out about Caroline. She's bad. No.
What was your favorite marching show?
My favorite marching show was Inverted.
My favorite marching show was also Inverted. What was your favorite band memory?
My favorite band memory was when we went to Corpus Christi and we went to
Fun Tracker.
Fun Trackers. When we went to Fun Trackers, there was this roller coaster, a dragon roller coaster, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows what this one's like. The roller coaster there was just, it was just awful. Like, it was super bumpy. It like tossed everybody around in the seats, and that's what also made it like super fun. So the first time I was with her, we were both sitting next to each other in the same cart, and I didn't know, apparently she was like terrified of roller coasters, but she went on this one because she looked at it at first and was like, this is a kid's roller coaster and it's not gonna be that bad. The minute she sits down and we buckle in, she's like, no! I don't want to go on this ride! And I'm just there like trying to calm her down and laughing at the same time. And as we're going up, I realize this thing is leaning a lot and bumping a lot. So then at this point, Niku's freaking out even more and literally yelling. At this point, I'm just like dying of laughter, and we're all going down the ride. We both get tousled around. At this point, she's about to pass out. We're just going around more and more, and it's just an awful ride. And I went on that ride 8 times that day.
My favorite band memory was whenever we went to Fun Trackers and we went on the go-karts. So all I wanted to do was win. And we were allowed to bump go-karts, right? So I bumped into Sanskriti more than a few times, and I'm sorry about that, by the way. And once the 5 minutes were over, I get out, and Dimisai was all like, did you know? On the side of the go-kart, it said no bumping allowed, and we kind of got yelled at because of that. I was like the first one that was bumping into everyone, and I'm sorry, but it was fun. But yeah, it was cool. What are you gonna miss most about band?
I'm gonna miss my saxophone because it's not mine, and I like it a lot, and I want it. And I'm gonna miss all my friends, like all the freshmen, all the sophomores, all the juniors, and some of the seniors. And then I'm gonna miss Friday games because I like going to football games and I like to yell a lot.
What I'm gonna miss is the band hall for the most part, because it's like it's like a second home, and it's just such a comforting place for the past 4 years, and I'm really happy that I could sleep there. No, I can't say that. That's too weird. Okay, what I'm gonna miss about band is the directors. I'm really thankful for y'all, for what y'all have done, all my friends that I have, and for everybody else in the band for just being weird and stuff. It's been fun, and I'm gonna miss being historian because I like taking pictures and getting really bad ones of y'all and just laughing at them with y'all, not by myself. Yeah.
Bloopies.
Oh, yeah. Ready.
Stop.
Adam Nelson.
Adam Nelson.
Adam Nelson. Adam Nelson. Adam Nelson.
Dot.
Adam Nelson.
Honestly speaking, I'm gonna miss all the good friends now. Okay, let me think.
Oh wait, they're making drumming noises.
Tut.
Students for Social Justice is proud to announce that Mike Siegel, candidate for the United States Congress, will be coming to McNeil today, April 9th. He will.
Okay, what are you gonna miss most about band?
Oh, that was great.
Me too, man. Honestly. Okay. That's how I always am. Okay.
I feel like I should constantly just start making noises. just
Holster interrupting something we're doing.
Mario, don't pick your nose while he's doing
I'm not picking my nose.
I don't care.
He's being sick.
Oh
I'm
my
being
God.
sick over here.
Let him finish and then go.
Survive for 30 seconds.
Yeah, just 30 seconds. Danielle?
Dodge! Perfect.
Some.
No, listen. Feel this. I choked on the ice cube, almost died, and then the ice melted and saved me.
So global warming happened in your throat.
I'm not the Earth.
I guess I could say that I'm gonna miss playing my instrument. Actually, that's a lie too. I'm trying to think. Hold on. Let me play something.
That sounded weird enough.
Okay. Oh, earlobe.
Okay, trumpet.
Whoa.
Do.
Trumpet.
Baritone. Do 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 do. Euphonium. Do 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 do. Tuba. Do 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 do. Wait, hold on. What else is there? A concha. Do 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 do.
Come on, there you go.
Flute. Do 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 do. Clarinet. Do 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 do. Piccolo. Do 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 do. What else is there? Saxophone. Saxophone. Do 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 do. Drums. Do 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 do. Big drums. Do 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 do.
Oh, bass drum.
Marimba.
Big bongos.
Do 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 do. Tambourine. Do 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 do. Bassoon. I have no clue what that is. Isn't that an animal?
I don't remember anymore. What was something that I did that was super funny but dumb? Living.
Why are you so wet?
When I get sweaty, it's not just like the sweaty
I don't
parts of your
wanna
body
know how you get
that
sweaty.
gets sweaty, but then it feels like every sweat gland on my entire body could like make the world's perfect fingerprint.
What?
Yes.
That works.
Look at my butt sweat. Look at the sweat on the chair. I'm telling you.
Crack.
If there's anything in this video about how sweaty of a person I am,
Miku, don't do me dirty like that.
Put it in the
blooper.
This is where you cut the video because I have no idea.
Just say you're gonna miss the band hall.
No, I can't.
Say you're gonna miss Chris. Not this one.
I can't lie. I'm kidding.
Champagne's great.
He
He
is
was
great.
sitting in the rehearsal yesterday, and he looked over me. He's like, Ashley, just breathe. And he's like, and then like my music kind of stopped. He's like, and I was like, Champagne, I don't like you.
Practiced twice yesterday.
my favorite band show is Into the Summit.
Good morning, Matt. This is Ashley Henry representing JROTC. Today is Wednesday, May 2nd. Teachers, today's Team Packers Day. Please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to be Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Please join me for a moment of silence.
What is this?
It's mint. Oh no! Stop! No! Deep in thought.
Is that a dream catcher? Where? Under the euphonium. Euphonium. Euphonium.
I guess I'll miss the people. They're really annoying.
Okay. What's your favorite show?
Inverted, probably. Yeah,
Okay, we're starting that over. We're not starting with.
Hey, my name's Chris McCarthy and I suck.
It's Wednesday, my dudes. Oh!
Mr. DeVasili, like, we got out and he was all like, on the side. I can't talk. I even forgot about
You!
Deal with me!
Alright, good night.
Right, Andy.
So you.
On the drums.
No, he's getting a blanket.
Oh.
He's like a mummy. Andy, your epidermis is showing.
Now we have to run to the camera.
You guys want to see my dog bite? Look, it's my dog bite.
Oh, bye. My name's Maddie, and you're watching Disney Channel. Do 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 do.
Hey guys, I know I already made a senior video, but I just wanted to say thank you for letting me be historian for 2 years. It's been such a fun and wild ride, and it's just always great to see y'all smiling, making funny faces, and just being dorks. Thank you so much, and I'm gonna miss y'all. So, yeah. Bye bye!